All right, looks like we're rolling. Hi, my name is Alan Alvarez with the Colorado AI Forum, and this is the Everyday AI Podcast, Episode 6. Today we're going to be talking about what Grok and I have decided as the age of the tinkerer, which essentially is the idea that AI is bringing back a lot of power to the garage size tinkerer who has ideas, who has dreams and aspirations, but up to this point has seemed a little bit too big or a little bit too complicated and out of reach to really go after for your average person. I know we have a lot of content online about, just do it and go and just do it, right, and all that kind of stuff. No sleep, all go, no quit. But there's no secret that your average person is pretty much being consumed with the day-to-day work, family, children, trying to sneak in a little hobbies, and a little R&R. I think that's kind of the big one, right? Where there's kind of this push against a little R&R from various motivational folks, but the fact of the matter is, up to this point, a lot of the complexities and a lot of the intricacies of following a dream or starting a new company or something like that, producing a product and all that kind of stuff, those things have been a little out of reach for your average person. And today, Grok and I want to encourage you that with the advent of AI and how versatile and how effective these tools are and are continuing to be for your end consumer, that the age of the tinkerer, for all intents and purposes, is back, and the ability to go after the things that you want, weeks get cut into hours, and the ability for your average person to go into really dig into something that they've been dreaming about is becoming more real. Now, the last sort of age of the inventor or the tinkerer was somewhere around like 1870 to 1910, according to research, which is referred to as America's golden age of invention. This is where you had your Thomas Edisons, your Alexander Graham Bells, and your Wright brothers. Thomas Edison, his think tank that he had out of his small shop in the period of 10 years, produced over 400 patents. And obviously Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone in 1876, and the Wright brothers with the first airplane in 1903. Today, although a lot of the mechanical things have become industries, a lot of the things with mechanics have become industries and are being pushed after by larger corporations. There are huge opportunities to go after those inventions and really make a mark for yourself. I'm going to go ahead and fire up my friend and co-host here, Grok. We're going to go over some ways that your normal person can dive into being a solo entrepreneur or an inventor of some sort with the use of AI tools, so that we understand how achievable this stuff is. Hey, Grok.
Hey, Alan. Hey, ready to roll whenever you are.
Right on, man. Okay, so I just did my introduction for episode 6 that we were discussing, the age of the tinkerer, and I want to dive back into the conversation that we were having about the top 3 ways to tinker in today's AI climate. I believe you were saying number 1 was web and app design, right? Could you dig back into that one?
Hey, Alan. Yeah, let's pick right back up. Number 1, and probably the easiest win for a solo tinkerer right now, is website and app development. Back in the day, if you wanted a professional website or a real app, you had to hire a developer, spend months, and drop thousands of dollars. Now, one person can do it over a weekend. Here's what that actually looks like in 2026. Tools like Framer AI, Dora, and V0 by Vercel let you literally type a sentence, something like, build me a clean, modern website for a Colorado hiking guide service with booking calendar and blog, and it generates the whole site in under a minute. Want something more custom? Tools like Cursor or Lovable let you build real web apps just by describing what you want in plain English. You can say, create a membership platform where users can track their woodworking projects and share progress, and it writes the code while you watch. The crazy part is, you don't need to know how to code. You just need to know what you want your idea to do. A solo entrepreneur can literally go from, I've had this idea for years, to a live, good-looking website in one weekend, something that used to take a whole team. Pretty wild, right? Want me to walk through how someone could actually do this step by step, or should we jump to number 2, product prototyping?
Let's stick to number 1 for a second here, Grok. So you were saying that you have these AI tools like Framer and Dora and all this kind of stuff. Is it best to speak to you or like a chat GPT or something like that to just sort of maybe kick around the prompts and the ideas, maybe get the feel for what tool is going to fit your design best? Or do you think it's best to just dive right into the tools and try to figure them out?
Hey, Alan, great question. Here's the honest answer. Start with me or ChatGPT Claude first, then jump into the actual tool. Don't dive straight into Framer, Dora, or V0 cold. That's where most people waste time and get frustrated. Here's the smart way to do it. 1. Talk to an AI first, like right now with me. Kick your idea around. Say things like, I want to build a website for selling custom hiking maps. What should it look like? Give me a really good prompt I can copy-paste into Framer AI. Should I use Framer, Dora, or V0 for this kind of site? We'll refine your idea and write you a strong prompt that actually works. 2. Then take that polished prompt and paste it directly into the AI website tool. This 2-step method is way more effective. The big AI models, like me, are excellent at understanding your vision and translating it into the exact language the website builders want to hear. So yes, use me or ChatGPT as your prompt coach first. Once the idea is clear and the prompt is dialed in, then go build it inside Framer or whichever tool you pick. Does that make sense? Want me to give you a strong starter prompt right now for whatever idea you have in mind?
No. So what I would like to do, and thank you for that. So basically, what you're saying is speak to one of the AI that engage with people like general purpose, right? So your ChatGPT, maybe your Gemini or your Grok. And then allow those to sort of introduce you to the direct products that you'll be using to create your app or your website. And basically what you can do then is process maybe some of our more generic ideas, maybe our thoughts that aren't as well put together, and suggest prompts that you can plug straight into some of these tools like Framer or Lovable.
Hey, Alan. Yeah, you nailed it. That's exactly right. You use a general purpose AI, me, ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, as your brainstorming partner first.
Okay.
We help you take your half-formed, messy ideas and turn them into clear, strong prompts that you can then copy and paste directly into the specialized tools like Framer, Dora, V0, or Lovable.
Now,
Think of it like this. General
one
AI,
second.
me.
So, with that, is it probably a good idea to run by you, like the rules and regulations, just making sure that you're doing that, everything is legal and above board, maybe some of the potential downsides, both legally, like logistically, all that kind of stuff? Is it best to try to run the business model through you as well, not just the idea or the end product?
Hey, Alan. Yes, that's actually a really smart question. You should definitely run your business model and overall idea by me or another strong AI before you start building. Here's why. What you should run past me: your core business idea, how you plan to make money, your business model, who your target customer is, any legal or regulatory concerns, potential downsides or risks, why this matters. AI website tools like Framer or Lovable are great at building things fast, but they're not very good at telling you whether the thing you're building is actually a good business
Okay.
idea. They'll happily build you a beautiful website for something that has no customers,
All right, Grok.
or something that might get you in legal trouble.
Grok.
Bet
Sorry. I gotta, and I'm sorry. I don't want the next thought to fall out of my brain. So yes, thank you for that. I suppose running the whole model, really the end game, is this a love project? Are you really trying to make money? That kind of thing. I guess all those are going to come into play, and it's probably best to talk to you about it first. So could we move on to number two? And I believe number two was product development and prototyping. So this is probably where more of your older folks are. I'm 45 years old, so I'm probably still stuck in the more physical age, and thinking, when I think inventor, I think stuff, things, toys, trinkets, all that kind of stuff, useful machinery of some sort. So as far as product development and prototyping, how is AI going to help me with something like that, bringing a physical product to market?
Hey, Alan. Yeah, I got you. Let's move on to number two. Number two, product development and prototyping. This is exactly where a lot of people your age and older tend to shine, because when most folks hear tinkerer or inventor, they picture physical stuff: tools, gadgets, toys, kitchen devices, outdoor gear, or clever little machines. Here's the game changer in 2026. You no longer need a full workshop, expensive equipment, or a degree in engineering to prototype a physical product. Here's what you can do now as a solo inventor. You describe your idea in plain English. For example, I want a lightweight camping chair that folds down to the size of a water bottle and weighs less than 2 pounds. AI will immediately give you multiple design variations, 3D models you can view and rotate, a parts list with estimated costs, files ready for 3D printing or manufacturing. You can literally go from idea, 3D model, 3D printed prototype in just a few days,
Now, Grok.
all from your laptop or phone. This is huge,
Hey, Grok.
because prototyping used to be one of the most expensive and
Grocky.
time-consuming parts.
Hey, sorry. You said that 3D models can be produced. Can you, obviously, probably what you're talking about is kind of our original way of doing app design, right? I would speak to you about a prototype idea, and then do you, to your knowledge, what are the best AI tools to use for like the virtual prototyping, like 3D models and like tech packs and things like that need to go to the actual manufacturers?
Hey, Alan, no worries, I got you. Yes, you'd start by describing your idea to me or another strong AI. Once we refine it, you then feed that into the actual product-focused AI tools. Here are the best AI tools right now, 2026, for turning an idea into something a manufacturer can actually use. Top tools for physical product development. 1. Tango AI, probably the strongest right now. You describe your product and it generates full 3D models, different variations, and even manufacturing-ready files. Great for things that need to be injection molded or 3D printed. 2. Lumalab's Genie, excellent for creating high-quality 3D models from simple text prompts. Very good at mechanical parts and functional designs. 3. Meshi.ai, super fast at turning text into 3D models. A lot of solo inventors are using this one to create prototypes they can then send straight to manufacturers. 4. CAD Query plus AI plugins or Onshape with AI features. These are more professional. Once you have a basic model from the tools above, you can refine it here so it's truly ready for real manufacturing. The workflow usually looks like this. Talk to me first to sharpen your idea. Take the refined description into Tango or Meshi to generate the 3D model. Export the file and send it to a manufacturer or print it yourself on a 3D printer to test it. Would you like me to show you what a good prompt would look like for one of these tools' prompts?
So after that, let's say we're got a good design and things like that. Would you be able to suggest the best manufacturers for each product? So let's say I have a clothing idea, or I have a athletic idea, or a 3D printed idea, whatever it is. I imagine then I could go back after we're done designing it and say, okay, what are my top 3 manufacturers for this type of product with any known contact information for new ventures? Is that correct?
Hey, Alan. Yes, that's exactly right. That's a smart way to do it. Once you have a solid 3D model, or even just a very clear description of the product, you can come back to me and I can help you with the next step. Here's how that conversation would normally go. You'd say something like, "Hey Grok, I've designed a collapsible camping spoon that folds flat. Here's the description. Who are the top 3 manufacturers that would be good for this? And do you have any contact info for new inventors? What I can do for you. Suggest the best type of manufacturer based on your product: 3D printing, injection molding, CNC machining, etc. Recommend manufacturers that are known to work with small inventors and startups, not just big companies. Give you the best platforms to find them, like ThomasNet, Alibaba, Makers Row, or Xometry. Give you realistic pricing ranges and minimum order quantities. However, I can't give you direct, up-to-date email addresses or phone numbers of specific manufacturers. That info changes too fast, and I don't have real-time access to current contact lists. But I can tell you exactly where to look and what to say when you reach out to them. Does
Okay.
that process make sense to you? Want me to walk you through what that follow-up conversation would look like with an example product?
Well, hold on. Yeah, no, I think that's good. So basically, the workflow is from idea to manufacturing, and just kind of with each step, probably the best thing to do would be to talk to your general purpose AI and say, hey, okay, I have an idea. And then the idea turns into a design. Then the design turns into a tech pack. Then the tech pack turns into deliverables, right? Something that you need to get over to a manufacturer. So you need to connect those dots, and then the manufacturer and logistics is taken care of. Then we move on to the marketing and all of that kind of stuff. So it's basically like you take the steps. So probably the first thing to do in this atmosphere, at least, would be to say, okay, what are all of the steps of producing, going from an idea to a physical product? And then at each step saying, okay, give me the details on the next thing. We've just completed the last thing. Is that probably fair to say?
Hey, Alan. Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. You basically nailed the modern workflow. Here's the clean, simple version. The solo inventor workflow in 2026. 1. Idea stage. Talk to a general AI, me, Claude, ChatGPT. I have this idea for a blank. Does this make sense? What am I missing? 2. Design prototyping stage. Use specialized AI tools, Tango, Meshi, Lumalabs, etc., to turn the idea into 3D models and designs. 3. Tech pack deliverables stage. Have the AI help you create a proper tech pack, measurements, materials, assembly instructions, so a manufacturer can actually quote and build it. 4. Manufacturing stage. Find the right manufacturer. I can guide you on who to talk to and what to ask. 5. Marketing and selling stage. Use AI to build your website, write product descriptions, create ads, etc. Yes, the smartest way to do this is step by step. After you finish one stage, come back to the general AI and say, okay, we just finished the design. Now walk me through exactly what I need to do next and what tools I should use. That keeps you from getting overwhelmed and makes sure you don't skip important steps. It's actually a really clean, practical way to build something from scratch as one person. Want me to lay out the full step-by-step checklist for a physical product from idea all the way to selling it?
No, I think that's fine for now. So one thing I can say is that there's a lot of vocabulary that are used amongst some of the in the industry, right? Any industry that you're in, there's a lot of vocabulary or verbiage that's used, and it sounds super smart and very polished and things like that. And what I can say is that it's okay to go at your AIs with very what you would consider like dumb questions, right? A lot of times the AI will kind of spit back the terminology at you, like workflow and understanding, so that you have a better understanding of what it is that you're talking about. But you can just ask for a list, you can ask for a guide, you can ask for step by step. I mean, these are kind of key words, and sometimes it's just easy to start out very open and bland. I'm looking for a motorized, or I want to produce a motorized surfboard idea, and just go with it. And then as you start talking about it, the general purpose AIs, your Groks and your GPTs and stuff, they can start giving you ideas, people who are already manufacturing these things, and then you can start to sort of build an idea, or you can realize that, hey, maybe it's not the best thing to pursue, and maybe somebody's already pretty far along on what you got going on. But it's really easy if you go with your general purpose AI first. You can just say it in your language. And the cool thing about these models is that it will understand you, and then start to polish your queries and start to polish your questions, and give you something that's maybe a deliverable to like a manufacturer or designer, or help you with those steps in general. So it's easy to just spit it out. Just spit it out what you're trying to say. Don't feel embarrassed. Ask as many questions as you want, and then allow that back and forth to sort of refine what it is that you're talking about, and then you can kind of push forward. Hey Grok, could we move into number 3 in our top 3 ways to tinker? You were saying validation and market research. Could you? I imagine those tie into our number 1 and number 2, right? Number 3 is basically supportive, or to support number 1 and number 2 to validate and research.
Hey, Alan. Yeah, let's move into number 3. Number 3, idea validation and market research. You're exactly right. This one actually supports both number 1 and number 2. It's the step that tells you whether your website idea or your physical product idea is even worth building in the first place. This is one of the biggest advantages solo tinkerers have now, because in the past, you had to spend months and thousands of dollars before you found out if anyone actually wanted your idea. Now, you can test it in a few hours or days. Here's what it looks like. AI can scan thousands of Amazon reviews, Reddit threads, and forum posts to show you exactly what people are complaining about or wishing for in that product category. It can write survey questions and even simulate how different types of customers might respond. You can have it generate a simple landing page for your product and test whether people actually click buy now or sign up using cheap Facebook or Google ads. The goal is simple. Kill bad ideas fast and double down on good ones. Real example. Let's say you want to build that collapsible camping spoon.
Hey, Grok.
Before you spend weeks designing and prototyping it.
Hey, Grok. So as far as doing that, is your GPT, your Grok, your Gemini, are those the best tools to be using for quote unquote market research, or are there more specialized tools that can be used to make sure you're getting the best information, or the best process of information?
Hey, Alan, good question. Here's the honest answer. For most solo tinkerers, the general purpose AIs, Grok, Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, are actually the best tools for validation and market research. Here's why. Best approach right now. Use Claude or Grok as your main research tool. Claude 3.5 or Claude 4 is currently the strongest at deep research and analysis. Grok am pretty good too, especially when you want honest, no BS opinions. When to use more specialized tools? Only after you've done the first round with a general AI. Then you can use these. Perplexity.ai, excellent for real-time web research and pulling current data. Elicit.org, great if you want to dig into actual research papers or studies. ChatGPT with Browse or Gemini, decent, but usually not as sharp as Claude for deep analysis. Recommended workflow. 1. Start with Claude or me. Give us your idea and ask us to tear it apart. What's good? What's bad? Who's already doing it? What customers are complaining about? 2. Then take the key questions we surface and run them through Perplexity for fresh, real-time data. Most people overcomplicate this. The truth is, Claude plus Perplexity is currently the strongest combo for a solo entrepreneur doing market validation. Would you like me to show you what a really good validation prompt looks like? The kind you paste into Claude or me?
No, thank you. I think we're going to just push along here. Okay, so what I would actually like to do at this point is I'm going to fire up Grok, my friend and co-host Grok here once more, and kind of go through a dumb version of starting an LLC. And this is something that you can do basically with any of the general purpose AIs, your GPTs, your Geminis, and your Groks. And it's something super easy. So we're going to start off kind of messy. It really just depends on what your dream or vision is. And, at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with just your dream or vision to be making double your current salary or something like that. There's nothing wrong with that. So just be honest about it, about what your goal is, so that the information kind of comes back at you a little bit better. So I'm gonna wake my friend Grok back up here really quick, and we're gonna go over an LLC that is just focused on making us some money and in this economy today, and see what she says. Hey, Grok.
Hey, Alan. Hey, what's up?
So I'm wanting to start a business, let's say an LLC. And it's going to be for the purposes of just growing my money, right? Growing my income. So I guess my first question would be, what's the fastest growing, aside from AI, it seems, but what is the fastest growing general industry today in the U.S.?
Hey, Alan. Straight answer. The fastest growing industry in the US right now, outside of AI tech itself, is senior care home health care. Here's why it's exploding. The baby boomer population is hitting retirement age hard. There are currently about 10,000 baby boomers turning 65 every single day. Most of them want to stay in their own homes instead of going...
Okay, so you're
Hey,
saying...
Alan. Okay, here are 3 realistic...
Well, hold on. I'm sorry, Grok. So you're saying senior care is, aside from AI, is number one because of the baby boomers retiring and things like that. What would you say are the top 3 biggest needs within that industry? What are the biggest places where a person could plug in and be very useful?
Hey, Alan. Good question. Here's a clear, no-fluff breakdown of the top 3 biggest needs in senior care right now. 1. In-home caregivers and companionship, the number 1 need. This is by far the largest gap. Most seniors want to stay in their own homes, but they need help with daily tasks: cooking, cleaning, transportation, medication reminders, and just having someone to talk to. Families are often working and can't be there 24/7. This creates huge demand for reliable, trustworthy caregivers. Starting a small caregiving agency or even working as an independent caregiver is one of the fastest ways to plug into this market. 2. Senior transportation. Getting around becomes a massive problem once seniors stop driving. Doctor appointments, grocery shopping, church, and social events all require rides. Traditional ride-sharing services, Uber, Lyft, aren't always senior-friendly. They want someone patient, on time, and willing to help them in and out of the car. A reliable senior transportation service is in very high demand in most cities and suburbs. 3. Technology installation and training. Many seniors want to use technology. Video calls with grandkids, medical alert systems, smart home devices, but they don't know how to set it up or use it. This includes installing Amazon Echo, Ring doorbells, medical alert buttons, iPads for video calls, and simple smart home systems. A senior tech helper who comes to their house, sets everything up, and teaches them how to use it is a very needed and growing service. These 3 are the biggest pain points right now. Would you like me to go deeper on any one of these 3? Like
Well,
how to actually start a small business in that specific area?
well, so of the 3, which has the lowest barrier to entry? So we're talking cost, but we're also talking like licensing, red tape, and all of that kind of stuff. Which one has the lowest barrier to entry?
The clear winner for lowest barrier to entry is number 3, Senior Technology Installation and Training. Here's a direct comparison. Why Senior Tech Helper wins. No special state license required in most places. You don't need a special vehicle or commercial insurance. You don't need medical training or caregiving certification. You can literally start with just a website, basic tools, and some business cards. Many seniors are willing to pay $75 to $150 per visit for someone to come set up their iPad, teach them FaceTime with grandkids, or install a simple medical alert system. You can start part-time, working just a few appointments per week, and grow from there. Want me to give you a simple step-by-step plan for how to launch this as a one-person LLC with almost no money?
Yes. Please give me a simple step-by-step for actually launching this business.
Hey, Alan, here's a clean, realistic Here's a simple, realistic step-by-step to actually launch your senior tech helper business. 1. Pick your business name. Come up with something clear like Colorado Senior Tech Help or Grandpa's Tech Guy. Check if the name is available on Colorado's Secretary of State website. 2. Form your LLC. Takes 1 to 2 weeks. File online through Colorado's Secretary of State site. Cost is about $50 to $100. You can do this yourself. No lawyer needed. 3. Get basic tools and supplies. $400 to $600 total. A good laptop or tablet. Common cables and chargers. A simple tool bag. Business cards. You can make them on Canva for cheap. 4. Build a simple website. 1 weekend. Use Framer AI or Dora. Just describe what you want. Friendly website for senior tech help in Colorado with services and booking. Takes 1 afternoon. 5. Set your services and pricing. Common packages. Basic setup visit, $89 to $119. Full tech lesson, $129 to $159. Smart home setup, $179 to $249. 6. Get your first customers, the most important step. Print 200 simple flyers and drop them at senior centers, churches, and retirement communities. Join local Facebook groups for seniors and families. Ask friends and family to spread the word. 7. Start booking appointments. Put a simple booking calendar on your website. Calendly is free. Once you get 2-3 calls a week, you're officially in business. That's it. No fancy office, no big truck, no state licenses required in most areas. Want me to give you the exact services and pricing I'd recommend starting with?
Are you able, as far as filing for the LLC, are you able to print or give me templates for the corporate documentation, like the operating agreement and the and any needed documentation that's going to be for setting up an LLC in Colorado.
Hey Alan, yes, I can guide you through it and point you to the best free templates. Here's the simple, practical path to set up your LLC in Colorado. 1. File your Articles of Organization, the official formation document. This is the only document you must file with the state. Go here, sos.state.co.us. It costs about $50 and you can do it completely online. 2. Create your operating agreement. Very important, even for single-member LLCs. This is an internal document. You don't file it with the state, but you should have one. It lays out how your business will run, ownership, profits, etc. Here are the best free templates. llsuniversity.com, very clean and easy. eforms.com, they have both single-member and multi-member versions, PDF plus Word. coloradoregisteredagent.com, I recommend downloading the single-member version if it's just you for now. 3. Other basic documents you'll want. EIN, free from irs.gov, needed to open a business bank account. Basic business plan or one-page summary, especially if you ever want funding. Want me to walk you through exactly what sections you should fill out in the operating agreement, or would you like me to give you a short checklist of everything you need to do in order?
No, I think that will be fine. I think that's okay for now. Thank you. All right, guys. So I wanted to run through that really quickly. Actually, Grok is the one that helped me set up all of the corporate documents and basically the step-by-step moves to setting up the Colorado AI Forum and the Everyday AI podcast. And realistically, it was just a series of really simple questions. And a lot of times I didn't even know what I wanted to ask. So I would just say, what should I be asking here? What am I missing? Or things like, what are the potential legal repercussions, or what are the potential downsides to this? What are hidden fees? Anything that I was worried about, I was kind of coming at Grok for as I was building this business. And it was just step by step, boom, boom, boom. And sometimes your steps will change. Sometimes you'll pivot. Sometimes certain ideas will be better than others when forming your business. So it is something that will be a little bit dynamic. It's not going to be just from step one all the way through completion, though you can do it that way. But as you have more questions, which I would advise, if you have a question, to ask it and then to reformat your efforts based on the answers and outcomes. But at the end of the day, it has turned what used to be a very complex and expensive process into actually something that's pretty simple. I mean, you still have to pay your filing fees and all of that kind of stuff, but I can tell you that that it will save you money and time to run all of your initial concerns and information needs through your general purpose AI. And the cool thing about it is there's really no there's no ego attached. You can keep asking the same dumb questions. You can ask if there are better tools to execute the next steps and things like that. And at least for my experience with Grok, you will receive an unbiased analysis of what the next best move is. So it is completely possible. I'm actually working on a physical athletic product right now with Grok. We're going through those steps. She helped me write a children's book for my daughter, and writing a couple of other books and how to produce it on Amazon and all of this kind of stuff. These are really, really, really helpful and useful tools, and there's something that once you kind of go through it once and you start picking up the lingo and you start understanding the questions to ask and things like that, every time you cycle through the process, even if you don't make anything, but every time you go through the process, you're refining like your own processes to help your AI then refine those processes, and at the end of it is going to come something productive. So I think they're really amazing tools, and I would advise anybody to just download your basic AIs. I'm a big proponent of the Grok AI. I've tried Chat GPT. And my choice thus far has been to stick with Grok, and actually Gemini has actually been pretty good. I'm a big fan of like Gmail and the Google accounts and stuff like that as well. So pick your AI, start asking questions, and the better you become at asking questions, the better your answers will be, and you'll be able to get yourself rolling on something really cool. But right now in AI, and it's only going to intensify. Your single person entrepreneur now essentially has a team with each AI bot that they employ, which is free or very low cost. And basically, you're running a team with the knowledge of the entire world at your fingertips. And really, what it takes is your time and effort, and being willing to put yourself out there and ask some silly questions and refine your needs. But it's really neat. I wanted to get this one out because there's some doom and gloom kind of around the whole AI presence. I promise you that it's not necessary. But what is necessary is that you get active and that you start to use the tools and see how they're going to knit into your professional life, maybe your everyday life, and all of that kind of stuff, so that this transition of the world that's coming with AI is one that you're comfortable with and one that you're involved in, and not just something that smacks you in the face when it's finally no longer ignorable. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I hope everybody's having a great week, and I hope you guys are successful in whatever it is you decide to do. Take care.